Alright, super quick update for Haven Protocol. So it looks like this was the bottoming region down here. So we've got a decent amount of buying volume coming in right now to show me that we are definitely breaking out of this region, and the volume is definitely confirming the uptrend. So in my last video, I think we were somewhere around about here, and we were talking about how, in my opinion, we are going to have a 25% increase up to the 200-day moving average. And I believe I said we would have to reevaluate the market once we do get to the 200-day moving average, see how the price reacts to it, and then act accordingly. I also did say that I would like to see a slight correction just to reset the RSI on the daily. Doesn't seem like that has happened, and we are somewhat overextended right now. I mean, obviously we are overextended. We're above the 70 on the RSI. The money flow indicator is a tiny bit. To be fair, I don't want to say the MFI is overextended. We definitely do have a lot more room on the MFI, meaning a lot more retail money could flow into this before we do see a local top. Now, as we have solidly broken above the 200-day moving average, I am predicting for us to be coming up to the 0.618 Fibonacci retracement, and we get this level from drawing from the low to the high here. The 618 Fibonacci retracement is around the $12.23 region, and all in all, I think this is the target that we need to keep in mind for the next coming weeks. Now, the number one region where I think we could have a slight local top is this 786. So keep an eye on the 786. If we do blast through it, so be it. You know, obviously we won't be getting stuck at it, but for me personally, I would kind of like to see a back test of the 200-day before I do kind of get overly bullish on this. Now, don't take that the wrong way. This is looking incredible. We have volume confirming the breakout. If we come over to the weekly, you can see the RSI and the MFI both similarly have a very they've got a lot of room to run to the upside, is what I'm trying to say. If we look at this on the Heikin-Ashis as well, the Haven Protocol seems to really respect the Heikin-Ashis. Now, if you don't know what Heikin-Ashis are, they mean the average bar in Japanese. They're another form of kind of Japanese candlestick analysis. Obviously, most people use these candlesticks, which are just called Japanese candlesticks. Heikin-Ashis are also Japanese candlesticks, but they're not the Japanese candlesticks that everyone else uses. So if you want to learn more about Heikin-Ashi candlesticks, how to use them, how they're calculated, click on my channel. I've got an educational playlist where I do explain how Heikin-Ashi candlesticks work and how to use them. I won't explain that in this video because it will take me maybe 2, 3, 4 minutes, and then obviously that's going to double the length of this video. So just for the sake of keeping it time friendly, Heikin-Ashi candlesticks, they basically, like I said, they mean the average candlestick, and what they do is they basically open up the halfway point of the previous candlestick, and that makes it very good for characterizing whether we are in a massive uptrend or a massive downtrend, because it takes a lot more momentum, it takes a lot more price action to make a green uptrend turn red, and it takes a lot of momentum to make a red candlestick pattern like this turn green. So what I want to point out from this is Haven Protocol really respects the Heikin-Ashis. I mean, for number one, we don't trade what are these called? I've made like a few videos on this today. I've already forgotten what these are. So doji candlesticks. These are doji candlesticks. We don't incorporate doji candlesticks in our analysis when we do Heikin-Ashi candlesticks. So for example, if we are in an uptrend like this and we do have a red Heikin-Ashi candlestick, or we do have a red doji candlestick like you can see here, we've got 2 in a row, we don't count these. We just count these as another green candle. Similarly, if we are in a downtrend and we see a green doji candle like right here, we don't incorporate that either. We just consider that as a green candle. So the green candle uptrend really started here, and then obviously the downtrend for Haven Protocol started here. And what's interesting is, like I said, when we do get these weekly turns on the Heikin-Ashi candlesticks, it definitely points out, especially for Haven Protocol. I mean, I cover a lot of altcoins and they don't all respect the Heikin-Ashis, which is why I don't do Heikin-Ashi videos for every altcoin. But it seems like trading purely based on Heikin-Ashi candlesticks on Haven Protocol is a very good way of trading. So in my opinion, the downtrend is done. We are starting our next uptrend, and like I said, I have price targets up here at 7.55. If we blast through 7.55, I would be having my eyes on the $12.26. These are the USD price targets. After we break through there, we can start talking about taking out this local top at $20 and then returning to the all-time high all the way up here. So let me adjust this a little bit. I need to move these down. They might have been like a few cents out, but nonetheless the price target is still there. Once again, the 618 is actually around about the $12.20, and the 786 is once again at the $7.50. So in my opinion, like I said, coming back to the daily candlesticks to finish off the analysis and switching to the Japanese, if we come down to the lower time frames, I want to see if we have backtested this yet. So number one, we have had a breakout. Volume is confirming this breakout. We have had a breakout, but it doesn't look like we backtested this. We didn't backtest it on the daily. We didn't backtest it on the 4-hourly. We have backtested the 200-day on the hourly, which I mean, it is enough, but for me personally, if I was looking to enter this as a trade, I'd at least like to see it backtest on the 4-hourly. Now, do bear in mind, it doesn't have to do that. Like, for example, I was saying, for me to personally want to enter Haven Protocol, I'd like to see more of a retrace, more of an accumulation phase to the side while we are stair-stepping upwards. That didn't happen, and that is why the RSI is a bit overextended right now. Nonetheless, I still do think we are coming up to $7.50, and we are coming up to $12 in the short term. So for example, our first trade up to the 786, which is the $7.50, that would be a 26% increase, so a very nice trade. And then coming up to the 618, which is at the $12.16, that is 104%, basically 105% trade from where we are now. So all in all, Haven Protocol looks pretty good. In my opinion, this was the bottoming region. We've confirmed the breakout of the 200-day moving average, and now I think we are going to start stair-stepping to the upside. So like I said, if you do watch my channel, you know I maybe cover 8, 10, sometimes 12 altcoin videos a day. So I cover a lot of altcoins in my channel. I am already leverage trading Bitcoin. I'm about to start leverage trading Solana. I do have altcoin positions open right now. So there are a lot of coins and cryptos that I trade right now. So I'm not necessarily too bothered if I do miss out on this Haven Protocol trade. Nonetheless, like I said, if we do come down, back test the 200-day, that will be very, very nice for me. And I think I will enter a short-term trade with, like I said, our price targets all the way up here at 750. Once we break that, we've got $12.15 up there. So all in all, Haven Protocol looks pretty good. Daily, it looks pretty good. We're getting volume to confirm this breakout. The RSI is a bit overextended on the daily, which is why I do think a slight correction, a back test of the 200-day for just a day or so would be very, very healthy. But do bear in mind, we have been beaten down on this on the longer time frames for a very, very long time, and we do have miles to move up on the weekly time frame. So what this means, to wrap it all in a bow, is on the daily, don't be surprised if we do come down a couple of percent or so, back test the 200-day and then cool off for a day or so. I don't necessarily even think that will happen. It looks like Haven is very set on having an absolute tear right now. But for me to enter, I'd like to see at least a 4-hourly retest of the 200-day, which once again is round about the 550. So that's all I see for Haven Protocol. If you are in Haven, best of luck. Once again, none of this is financial advice. It's just my own opinion on the market. And you've always got to do what's best for you. Cowboy out. Peace.